Genie in a bottle.
Okay, welcome to Tribal Council number 12 of this season. Last round was pretty interesting, so let's discuss that. Laura, there was a pretty split vote. Um, you were one vote away from going back to Mirage. Did how was that fallout from that vote?
I think that initially there was a lot of confusion. I think that there were a lot of feelings involved. I mean, there was, as I said at last tribal, there seemed to be a pretty clear division between a majority of six and a minority of three, and things got shaken up. So there was definitely a lot of talking. There was a lot of kind of what's going on. There's a lot of who trusts who, and there's a lot of information sharing. So it was definitely an interesting Monday.
For sure. Scott, if I mean I wasn't here last tribal, so I can really go much on the discussion of what was said then, but if we're still openly talking about a six and a three, and then we come out with a 4-3-2, what does that say about the state of the game that we're in right now?
Sheer madness. Sheer madness, sheer confusion, sheer what the fuck. Like, I know who I voted for last round and I was confused. So that's all I'm gonna say. It was madness.
So Brandon, going into final eight with the recovery of all of the kerfuffery that happened, where do you necessarily start to get the game back on the path that you need it to be going in?
Yeah, if I knew the answer to that question, I would have been on the right side of the vote last time. I think that's the biggest challenge is rewinding back one question is this game is full of a bunch of people who know how to lie really well. And when you don't know how to read the lies, you end up on the wrong side of the vote again and again. So that's still something I am looking to figure out.
Kevin, let's talk about lying because lying is fun. Is there ever like a time that lying is unnecessary in a game like
Unnecessary.
this? Yes.
There are plenty of times when lying is unnecessary. If you're lying in this game and it does nothing to forward yourself in the game, that's pointless. You're just doing bad jury management at that point. Lying is an integral part of this game. I personally try to go as far, do as much as I can without lying in these games, but everybody ends up having to tell a lie to somebody at some point.
Fair. So Wheeze, with lies being the unavoidable truth and everybody being good at lying, kind of circling back to what Brandon said, everyone here must be a damn good liar. So how do you start to break down and figure out what's real and what's not? Like, how do you prove that at this point?
Yeah, I think that everybody here has some lying skills, I would say. I think everybody wants to come off as truthful as they can be because that's, we want allies. We want people to think that they can trust us. But like Kevin said, lying is a part of this game, and whether or not it's, lying by omission or like straight up making something up, everybody has done it at one point. I guarantee that nobody has a completely bloodless game. In terms of like breaking it down as to like who I can trust, there are people that I have told less lies to, we should say, because I want to put my hands up. I lied last round. I lied to a lot of people last round. I voted out Eleanor and I lied to people about it, and I felt like it's what I had to do because I felt like it was a counter strike to the lies that I was being told because I had heard that the people that I was working with wanted to come after me. And so I thought, let me put myself a step ahead, let me lie back to them, and let me let me try and get one over on them. And that's ultimately what I think the game is. It's a game of timing, it's a game of lying, and it's a game of spying. So yeah, I just have to you have to take a leap of faith with some people and believe that they're at least not telling you as many lies as they're telling other people.
Abby, go to you. So timing, as we said, is a big part of the game. How do you recover from a move that was not timed well?
You gotta have a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D.
Her. Abby has my favorite answers from every freaking tribal because I feel like in all seasons she's the only person that will challenge me with being like, John, shut the fuck up, nobody cares. And I live for it every
I
time.
do care. I just don't feel like the questions are that, like, there's a simple answer. Everyone likes to talk during tribal. Let's just get to it.
I like to hear it. So with that being said, let's get to it. It's 10:11, unless anybody else has anything they want off their chest. I'm gonna take that as a nor. Then we will go with the voting and I'll give you till 10:14, 10:14, 10:14. We'll go with her. Oh, and the ghost of Karen is telling me to do shout outs.
All right, I'll start. Shout out to the finalists running the final in Battle of the Orgs. I'm proud to be running with the 7 other of you who made it out of 30. Shayna, I miss you. I really wish you could have made it to the finals with us, but Bevan, my sister, and I were gonna try and take the win for you. So watch out.
Once again, as always, shout out to my JQ. I love you. I miss you. I know you're watching. I hope you're proud of me. And as a little nod to what I just saw on Mirage Island, I would like to say I am officially now Team Steven. Um, I loved the piece of paper you had strapped to your chest. I'm sure it was meant to do more harm than good, but nonetheless, I enjoyed it.
Shout out to my prod chat, my dogs, my lovely wife, and my parents who please wish them a safe journey. They are flying to Greece.
Ooh, safe journeys, Kevin's parents. In the voting process, does anybody else like get severe tummy knots and kind of like feel like they have to poop, even though they don't have to?
I don't have to be voting to feel that.
What?
Yes. Also, Brandon, Steven had a sign strapped to his chest for you as well.
Yes.
We'll have to go back and watch. I have not watched it.
It was a beautiful piece of penmanship, artistry, if you will.
Okay. I have the votes at this time. If anybody has an idol or an advantage and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Hey, John, I found an idol today at 11:45, and it's burning a hole in my pocket. Basically, I don't know exactly where the vote's going, but all I know is I want to be here next round for when it does. So I would like to play an idol on myself, please.
This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Kevin tonight will not count. Anybody else? All right. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave Tribal Council immediately and head to Mirage Island. First vote. Kevin does not count. 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 Steven. That's one vote, Steven. 2 votes left.
What?
12th person voted out as survivor. Steven. That's 2. That is enough.
I can't believe
Steven.
I have to say it twice. If you're gonna take a shot, don't miss.
Abby, please, because the shot was taken last round and I did not miss. Let's not do that.
I'll say it until you're gone, Wheeze, and
The
then I'll say
game
it
is
again
split.
after.
Listen, and I know that I'm going to be targeted before you because I have to say it, Abby. The way that you made people feel this round, my goodness. I knew that getting you out would be pointless because at this point, I'm pretty sure, even though you disagree with it, anyone would wipe the floor with you at the end.
Well, I look forward to seeing that.
Me too. Cheers to that.
So over her. And I don't care if you heard me. I'm so over you, Abby.
The way that you've treated people this round is I was shocked.
What did I do?
Apparently, you're going around people saying like, "Oh, I can definitely beat you. You're definitely a goat." This, and like I'm hearing this secondhand, right? Like not even all of it is to me. Just from what I've heard secondhand today, it's shocking.
I'll say it again. I firmly believe there's clear winners here, and there's people who maybe don't have as great a shot to win. And if you aren't thinking that way, you're lying.
But it's the way you're wording things. You've gone from front runner to God, maybe sitting next to Abby would be a good thing because she's pissed so many people off this round.
Well, I hope that's the case.
Maybe it is. We'll see.
I'm telling you, honey, if you're in the end, you are never getting my vote. So
Thank you, Scott.
you are very welcome.
All right, so Steven's going to Mirage Island. And I guess somebody will let him know that. But yeah, congrats on Final 7. I think you guys may have some VCs to tend to later, sounds like. So I hope the viewers at home enjoyed that.